Hi folks, welcome back to Game Geeks. I'm your host, Kurt Wiegel. Today's episode, The Ripper's Companion for, guess what? Rippers, which is a Savage Worlds book. I reviewed Rippers some time ago, and I had a lot of enthusiasm for Rippers, and I still do. For those of you who don't want to go back and watch the episode, which I really recommend you do, but in case you don't, Rippers is a monster hunting Victorian-era game, which I described at the time as the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen meets Van Helsing, with the Mummy thrown in for good flavor. This is a companion for that specific book. So what this does is gives you some rule expansions, some ideas on how to use different things, and sort of bringing them into the Rippers universe as a whole. I'll give you a quick rundown. Folks, this is I don't want to say first edition Savage Worlds game, but it has gone through a couple of iterative changes since then. So it uses some of the older ideas, the big one being damage, such that melee weapons do like +1, +2, +3, and now it just translates to +D4, +D6, +D8. If you can keep up with that, you're golden. So, what does this book give you? Well, in its pages, you have a whole host of new hindrances and edges to sort of torment and use for your players, some new gear, and sort of some information about being in the Victorian era that you may not be aware of, such as information, how you get information transported, or just sort of communicating with people, transportation, both water and land travel, different types of magic. You have gypsy curses now you can bring into this, how to use specific angels or angelic ideas for this game if you're playing someone of the Order of St. George or a Rosicrucian. Then how to use types of missions your lodges can go on, because really the lodge system is kind of unique to the Rippers ideas, such as these different lodges of Rippers groups, how they fight the Cabal and other forces of darkness around the world, and you can really build in a mini game using those lodges. Like if you didn't really want to role play one night, you just want to work on how your lodge fought and dealt with other things, this is a really good way to go about doing that sort of thing. New areas for lodges, how to do the outcomes of your missions, different things your specific lodges can have, information on the Aether, which is sort of this mystical, almost what surrounds the world, the astral plane, if you will, and then getting into specific areas to adventure, such as Egypt, France, getting into South America, and an entire host of short adventures that you can play either before, during, or after the plot point campaign as presented in the book. I really dig this product, ladies and gentlemen. I'm a big fan of Rippers to start with. And what you get in this that's so really awesome, my favorite pieces are, some of the new hindrances are nice, different ways of using magics. The Gypsy Curses is really well done, in my opinion. If you want to bring in a real Gypsy Romani feel, I've always liked the Hammer horror, sort of whiny gypsy fiddle music in the background, gypsy carts rolling over a fog-shrouded hillside in Eastern Europe, how to bring your Rippers into that sort of idea, that mood, some magic items that are really nice, some of them cursed, some of them not. And a lot of the setting ideas, monsters, and adventures that you can really weave into this together. Pinnacle does a really good job of bringing these pieces together for almost any of their Savage Worlds products, and that puts it together in a way such that it doesn't require a whole lot of prep time. I've often felt that this was designed for those of us who are GMs who have wife, families, kids, jobs, ballet practice, karate, all these things that you have to do, but you still want to keep gaming. That's one of the really great things about the Savage Worlds system and their products in specific is you want to keep going, you want interesting settings, but you've got stuff to do with your life. This is a wonderful way to go about doing it. I love Rippers. I think this is an almost invaluable product if you like that setting, that idea, and that game that you want to play. For Game Geeks, I'm your host, Kurt Wiegel. Good day and good gaming.